And let's move on to the New York Giants. Before we get into the New York Giants, if you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Tyler and I are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the NFL draft. So if you could help us reach that goal, that would be much appreciated. All right. Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. Couldn't agree anymore. What he took this team from picking at 4 overall, I believe, to a wild card playoff team and then winning a playoff game, I think is very impressive. They were 15th in points per game on offense, and that was with guys they picked out of the stands almost at receiver. And then points per game allowed was 21.8, slightly more, but just slightly below average at 17. And I mean, you got to like them going forward. It sounds like they're going to try to extend Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. But
well, and so I will say they have the cap space for it.
Yeah.
Seeing reports now, it looks like Kenny Galladay is going to be cut.
Yeah.
It's $13.5 million cleared up if it's designated post.
Didn't see that one coming.
I know, right? Yeah. What was the stats this year? Let's just look it up. His stats. Kenny Galladay.
I don't know. I did see a meme that Kenny Galladay almost got his catches, his bonus for enough catches. He was only 74 short or something like that.
He played 12 games. He had 6 catches, 17 targets, 6 catches, 81 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
That's he got his cap number is $24.4 million. I mean, that's atrocious. Yeah. That is atrocious. Okay. So I know we're being quite mean to Kenny Galladay. I don't think the Giants fans are going to. I think they're going to. I don't think they're going to I don't think they're going to disagree with our comments. So, but that being said, though, they're going to be able to get both of them now with the free agency, because that will, if they do go down that route, looks like it's going to put them just shy of maybe $60 million just with that one alone, because they're currently sitting at 46.8 according to Over the Cap. Yep, and that's the same thing PFF is saying. So, all that being said, though, I'm really excited for this Giants team moving forward. This NFC East division is going to be loaded. Because if the Cowboys still, I mean, they have a lot of potential that is being wasted. And we're going to talk to them here in a second. The Giants did so much with so little talent. I mean, that's what's crazy about it. If you look at just this receiving core that they had going into the playoff, they won a playoff game with this team. And it's unfortunate, too, because that playoff game with the Eagles, I think, could have been really interesting, but we were dead on. The game happened exactly how it couldn't for the Giants.
Yeah.
They got down, and then they just couldn't stop the Eagles' offense. And then now all of a sudden, anything that you could do with Saquon Barkley is out the window. It's like, hey, we're going to have to throw the ball every single play if we want this to be interesting. Yeah. So, but that all being said, though, huge props for that whole team on getting there. I think Kayvon Thibodeau was a hit. I think Wan'Dale Robinson was a hit. It's unfortunately towards ACL. I'm looking forward to him to coming back. And to me, I look at this. They're picking 25th.
25th.
Yeah.
They actually have a really good draft haul this year. They have 11 picks. They have
there you go.
1, 2, 2 3s, a 4, 5, 2 6s, and 3 7s. So.
Okay,
like that's a lot of young talent that can come in. That is a lot of offensive linemen for Daniel Jones. Hopefully, and people to throw to. Because you look at this, I think pick 25 is skill position, wide receiver, corner. If Saquon Barkley does not come back, then I think you're in the Bijan Robinson territory.
Absolutely.
At 25. That's a little risky. I like Saquon Barkley. I'm sure Giants fans do too. So I think it would be interesting to see what they do there with his cap and the contract that he gets. But they have a lot of room to add good young talent, especially on day 3. I mean, they have 2, 4, 6, 7 day 3 picks. Mm-hmm. And so I think you're building depth, which is what you didn't have this year. And I think depth is what's going to carry them further in the playoffs than what they already got. So,
This would be so. I'm not for like going to like what they're going to do with the draft in there. I'm not the biggest fan of Quentin Johnson. I do think he's in the top 3 in the receivers. However, I don't think he's top 12, top 15 quality.
Yeah.
However, though, if he does fall to the Giants, I think he would be perfect for this offense because at least all the receivers that we saw were all 6 foot to 6'1", 6'2", and
Yeah.
did a lot. They were able to manufacture a lot, kind of with everything that they were given. If you put the physical tools that Quentin Johnson has into that Brian Daboll offense, I think that would fit really well.
Yeah.
He's a bigger receiver. He would be their X receiver for sure.
There is a less than 1% chance that Quentin Johnson makes it to 25.
I don't think he will either, but at the same time, I can see them trading up for it as well. Jumping over the Chargers, who we've talked about doing getting a receiver. Jags might get a receiver. The Seahawks maybe might grab a receiver with that 20th pick. If you're like sitting there with Tampa Bay, who is probably going to be going through a rebuild season, or maybe even the Lions, who already have a luxury pick as well, maybe get some more picks at 18. Jump up and go and get Quentin Johnson if he is still there. I don't disagree with you. I don't think he will be there. However, if I look at Jordan Addison, I look at Jackson Smith and Ninjigba, who I like both of them. At the same time, though, I think it would just
I see some redundancies.
I see some redundancy. So I think he would be different. And if they could go and get him, and that's me saying this as I just haven't been the biggest fan of Quentin Johnson. However, I think with Daboll's capability of utilizing his size, it would provide so much disparity between him and then like Wan'Dale Robinson,
Oh, no, yeah. And that's a lot of people use this analogy when you're building your wide receiver room. It's you want it to be a basketball team. You don't want 5-6-1 point guards, right? You want your center, you want your point guard, you want your shooting guard. Like you want the different positions and your mismatches, right? And so to me, I think that Quentin Johnson would be that for the Giants. However, I think it's very unlikely that he makes it to 25. Especially, Saturday is when the receivers go at the combine. Saturday, March, 4th?
Mm-hmm.
If he runs below a 4.45, there is very little chance he makes it out of the top 10, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
he has all the physical tools.
Yeah.
The reason why I doubt on him, and this is going to be a later video that we do, is he has all those physical tools.
Yeah.
And I understand he had Max Duggan as his QB. So I'll say that. He only broke 1,000 receiving yards once in the Big 12, which I would say is kind of – can we universally agree is probably like one of the worst conference defenses overall?
Yeah, but TCU was like their program as a whole in 2021 was not good at all.
Yeah, but so with all these
were a complete anomaly. Yeah.
But even this year though, he really only had one or two like breakout games. One of them was against Kansas, where he had 200 plus receiving yards. That was a fifth of his receiving yards this whole year.
Yeah.
And then I think in the Michigan game, he had over 100 yards, but a lot of that was off a bubble screen. That was in a missed coverage by Michigan. So I'm just saying, this is where I just see those faults. Obviously, he has the physical tools, and I think that he would fit well in this Giants. If he would fall to 25, I think you are running to go get him because it would be the exact opposite type of receiver that you have right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would like to see them add another receiving threat this offseason, as well as continue to bolster that offensive line. I want to say they have Andrew Thomas, the left tackle, and then did they draft a tackle last year?
Evan Neal.
Neal, that's right. So for me, Evan Neal also didn't have the greatest rookie season. So continuing to bolster up that offensive line. If Osiris Torrance is there at 25, that's another one I would be running to the podium to hand in my ticket. So I really like the position that the Giants are in going into 2023. I think Brian Daboll should continue to build off his success, and hopefully it's not a 1-year wonder. So
no, I agree. I don't want that either. I thought it was really fun to watch that team and just how they were able to manufacture drives with everything considered. I think a lot of it has to do with coaching. I think Daniel Jones took a major step forward. I think he's perfect for Daniel Jones. Josh Allen light, I would say, which maybe that's why they went with Brian Daboll as well. So
yeah, no, I agree. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up the Giants there. Like we said, very promising 2023.